Oh no!
What is it, honey?
Mommy, the copper kettle in greenhouse is shrinking.
What? It's shrinking. Let me take a look. Oh no, it looks like the health zapping supervillains are at it again, and they're shrinking the Copper Kettle Inn's greenhouse. The biggest problem with that is the Copper Kettle Inn feeds so many travelers on their way, and so we need to try and help them out. How's that sound, guys?
Yeah!
Alrighty, let's go. All right, our mission today is to save the Copper Kettle Inn's shrinking greenhouse from the health zapping supervillains. And we're going to do that by making a chicken, vegetable, and rice soup, which we will start by making our own chicken stock. And we're going to make a leveled up Caesar-ish salad to go on the side. As always, I have my two sous chefs with me.
I'm Erin. I'm Michael.
And I'm your host, Kelly Ryan. So let's get started. We're going to start by making our chicken stock. So this is actually really easy. I'm a big lover of reusing things that I can reuse. So I had a chicken that I roasted last night for supper, so we're going to reuse that, and I've got a bunch of vegetable scraps. We're going to reuse that. And the reason why I do that is because there's so much nutrition left in this food that if we threw it out, it would just go straight into the garbage. So we're going to start by taking our used chicken carcass, and you want to put that in?
Sure.
Put that in we have a pot here, about 3/4 full of water. It's a big pot. All right, lay that in. There you go. And just any extra pieces that you have that you didn't use. And do you want to help me put in? And here all we have is a bunch of vegetable scraps that a lot of them I stuck in the freezer and kept until we would need them. So you can put in vegetable scraps. If you've got any fresh herbs that are about to go, you can add those in. And if it's not enough herbs and spices, you can add in some whatever spices you really like. So here we've got, where'd I go? There we go. Here we've got some Italian seasoning. I think I used about a tablespoon of Italian seasoning, a tablespoon of parsley. There you go, put that in. We're gonna add some salt and pepper. And I'm gonna toss in a bay leaf. And I'm gonna toss in just a clove of garlic. Like I said, you can really toss in any spices that you want. These are my favorite spices, so this is what I'm putting in, but if you like thyme or if you like rosemary, any of these spices you can throw in. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to go put this on the stove and we're going to let it boil for as long as we can. You definitely want a couple of hours. Have it partially covered, just so that you don't lose too much of the liquid. And we will see you when we get back.
Bye. Bye.
All right, so now that we've got our chicken stock on and ready to go, we're going to start our chicken soup. So what I did yesterday was, after we cooked our whole chicken, roasted our whole chicken, whatever we didn't eat, I reserved the meat, and that's what we're going to use for our chicken soup today. So it's all about reusing. What we're going to do, we're going to start again with our prep work. So we will start by cutting up an onion. I'm going to cut the ends off and let Mr. Michael peel this one.
Yay.
And we can reserve our ends now for the next time I go to make a stock. There you go. While you're peeling that, I'm going to crush and peel 2 cloves of garlic. Now the reason why I crush the garlic is so that it releases all the healthy enzymes that are in it. So we're going to cut the garlic up fairly small. We'll put our garlic aside, and same thing, I'm going to cut our onion fairly small. We're going to cook the onion and garlic together on a low heat, just so it softens. So as you can see, I'm cutting this pretty small. All right, while I'm cutting up 3 ribs of celery, I'm gonna get Erin peeling 3 carrots. There you go. So, just like all the other recipes, as you can tell, this one is chock full of vegetables and herbs, and so it really is a very, very healthy meal. And I've made my own chicken stock, like you saw earlier, and so I'm going to use that as our base. And the beautiful thing about the chicken stock is I know what's in it, so I know it's got lots of nutrients, it's all made with real ingredients, and it's good for us, eh?
Yeah. No fake phony stuff here.
No, that's right. So now the celery, I'm cutting it up fairly thin. You know, you can see it's fairly thin. Just about the same size as same thing, everything else. So where this is not cooking for a long time, this is a fairly quick recipe. So we want to cut things a bit smaller so that they cook quicker.
I have a piece of celery.
Mm-hmm.
And onion.
Mm-hmm. That's celery, this is onion. Okay. All right, so while Erin is still peeling some carrots, we're going to turn on the pot, get it preheated, and then we will add a tablespoon of avocado oil, and we're going to keep it fairly low because we're going to cook the onions and the garlic on a low heat so that they don't turn color. You want them to become softened but not brown. All right, so Mr. Michael is going to very slowly and very carefully add a tablespoon of avocado oil to our preheated pot. Now don't touch the pot because it's very hot. There you go. Good. Good. All right. And next we're going to add our onions and garlic. So like I said, we just want those to cook on a relatively low heat so that they don't brown. You hear that sizzle? There we go. Give that a little stir. So in here we've got 2 cloves of garlic and 1 onion. We'll keep an eye on that. Now I'm going to take your carrots and start chopping them. Push that over to the side. You want this? There you go. Now the carrots we're going to cut a little bit thinner. This isn't a stew, so we don't want them too thick. They're starting to soften enough, so we're going to add in now our celery and our carrots. Do you want to do that, honey?
Yep.
Okay.
Can I have a carrot?
Yeah. There you go. You can add these in. So be very careful. Bud, you want to come over here? I'm going to add some salt and pepper at this point. So what we're doing here now is we're layering in the flavor. So we started with the flavor of the onion and the garlic. And now we're adding in the carrots and the celery, some salt and pepper. There we go. Michael, you want to give this a quick little stir?
A piece just flew right out.
That's okay. There you go. Good. All right. Here, I'll take it back. Push it down. So we're just going to let them cook now until they get a little bit softened. So it'll be about 10 minutes. Alrighty, now that our veg are all nice and soft, and you can see a little bit of browning on the bottom, that's going to add extra delicious flavor. We are going to add our chicken. Michael, you want to put that in? There we go. Remember, do it gently because you don't want anything splashing back. And don't touch the pot. There we go. Perfect. Good job, buddy. And we'll add our rice. Would you like to add the rice?
Sure.
So that is literally whatever chicken we could have taken off of the carcass. And we're adding 1 cup of rice. We're going to add a teaspoon of dried parsley. Now, if you have fresh parsley, then you can add a whole pile of fresh parsley, but we're using dried. And we're going to use a 1/4 teaspoon of poultry seasoning. There you go. You want to put that in?
It looks yummy.
It looks yummy. Good. Perfect. And Erin is going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of paprika. We'll get that all stirred up. You might have to use your fingers, honey. There you go. Good. That's good. And we're gonna just let that cook for about a minute to heat up the chicken and to let the spices really get nice and aromatic. Go. Stir that all together. And we'll add a little bit of pepper and salt again now too. Just again, layering on that flavor. So every time we add anything, we add a little bit of salt and pepper. And the salt that I'm using is part Himalayan, part pink salt, part sea salt, just because Himalayan salt has magnesium in it, and the sea salt has iodine and selenium, so...
Can I do some too?
Yeah, add a little tiny bit. We don't need much more. That's good. Good, good, good. We don't want it too salty, right?
Why?
Because too salty isn't nice either.
That's nice.
There we go. All right, now we're going to add 2 bay leaves. Add those in. Good. And I'm gonna add the chicken stock because it's heavy. So like I said, this is a chicken stock I had made before. And we'll let that come up to heat. And lastly, we're going to add a cup of frozen green peas. You can add spinach, you can add peas, edamame, whatever green foods you would like to add. But we had peas, so we're going to use those. All right, now be careful adding these in because we don't want them splashing back like that. There we go. So we're going to let our soup come to a boil, and all we really want is to let the rice cook at this point, so it'll take probably about 10 minutes. And then during that time, we're going to make our leveled up Caesar-ish salad. We'll see you in a second. All right, so while we're waiting for our chicken soup to finish up, we are going to make a leveled up Caesar-ish salad. Hey guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, sound good? Okay. So I already have a 1 head of lettuce washed and chopped up. You want to make sure it's chopped up to bite size because you don't want to be cutting up your salad, right? Next, I have a 1/2 cup of raw cashews that I've been soaking. The longer you can soak them, the better. You know, if you can soak them overnight, great. But just if you happen to forget, soaking them at all is good. So what we're going to do, if you've got a hand blender, you can use a hand blender. I've got this mini food processor, so I'm going to use that. You can also use your blender if you need to. Use whatever works. So we're going to start by adding our raw cashews into our little mini food processor. There we go. Get those in. Next, Miss Erin,
Yeah.
do you want to add a 1/4 cup of water? Here we go. Perfect. And Michael, do you want to add 2 tablespoons of olive oil? Now you'll notice, normally I use avocado oil. This time I'm using olive oil, and that's because it's not cooking, it's staying raw. So you can add that in. So we're going to use olive oil.
It smells good.
Does it?
Yeah.
Awesome. Good, that's good. There we go. Next, we are going to zest and juice a lemon. So I'm going to start by rolling out my lemon because you'll get more juice out of it that way. And I have a zester, but don't feel like you need to go out and buy one. Most of the square graters have a zester side on it, or you can even peel it and cut it up really, really small. So don't feel like you need to go get one, but I love using the zest of a lemon because it really brightens a dish, as well as there's a lot of nutrition in the lemon. Hey guys.
It smells good.
It smells delicious.
It has a strong scent.
It does have a strong scent, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
There we go. That in. And now, Miss Erin, or actually I'll get Michael on juicing. There we go. And Erin, do you want to add a half tablespoon of Dijon mustard?
I can take it.
Got it?
Sure thing.
Okay. Here, let me get the last little bit out, hey?
I think most of it.
I think you got almost all of it out. Good job, buddy. Good. That's good. And I'm going to use a half teaspoon of garlic powder. Now, depending on how much garlic you like, you can add more or less or none at all. This is how much we've come to realize that we like. And finally, we need half a tablespoon of Worcester sauce. There you go. And finally, we're going to add 2 teaspoons of capers. Would you like to add those, honey? Alrighty, so we're gonna blend this now until smooth. All right, let's finish off our leveled up Caesar-ish salad. So I like actually putting some tomatoes in my salad. I know that's not in a Caesar salad, but I find it adds color, it adds brightness, and it adds a really nice flavor. So that's what we are going to do. So I'm going to chop up, about a cup of little tomatoes. Sometimes we'll add peppers to it, which are also really nice for a crunch. So again, I know technically it's not a Caesar salad, but you can make things your own how you like them, and that's okay. All right, so we're going to add our tomatoes now that they're chopped. And I'm going to cut up I've got some sourdough bread here that we toasted. Again, all about leveling it up a little bit. One thing I like is sourdough is a fermented bread, so I like using it. So we'll just cut that into cubes. You can, if you want, you can dredge this in olive oil and some garlic and toast it in the oven. We just decided to toast it in the toaster to save time. All right, and finally, I'm going to take the remaining half of our lemon, and we're going to just cut that up to put on the side for anybody who likes to put some lemon on their Caesar salad. I know I do.
Same.
Okay, so let's get this put together. So we're going to zest some Parmesan cheese in. And you can put more on top too as well. Now, if you're trying to make it vegan, just don't put the parm in. Okay, next we're going to add our dressing. Let's get a spoon. Add that in. Add our bread. And Erin, do you want to give that a little toss?
Sure.
Okay. While she's tossing that, I'm going to serve us up some soup. We're going to have our lunch. Make sure there's some chicken in there. There we go. Let's see. Here, I'll finish that off for you. Right down to the bottom, hey?
Yeah.
Add a little bit more cheese on top if you want it. I know my kids love Parmesan cheese.
Yum.
And here we go. We have our chicken, rice, and vegetable soup and our leveled up Caesar salad to help the copper kettle Inn's shrinking greenhouse. Now, if you've liked these recipes, come on over to my website at www.nerdmomnutrition.com, where you can find all of the recipes. And we will see you the next time. Bye.
If you have a comment about this program, we'd love to